For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Outdoors with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a bit of a review on a camper awning. So this here is the Kampa Frontier Air Pro 300. So for going forward sort of from 2020 onwards, the Frontier is only available actually in the 300 size rather than the 400. So you may have seen in our previous videos that there was a 400 version. Essentially now, just because there's more options in 2020 collection with Kampa, which are kind of like modular with extra side pods you can bolt on as and when you want to, I think the 400's got a little bit lost. So they've dropped it from the range, just gone down to the 300 now, which I think actually is quite smart, mainly because you've got something that's only 3 meters on the rail, but can be up to about sort of 6 meters on the whole, sort of 6 meters on the whole total of it, which you can't really replicate with anything like the Grande 330 or the Club 330. So you're still talking 3.3 rails. So it means the smaller vans, if you will, can still benefit from something this sort of size just by having those 3 meters of rail. Generally, it's a really nice fabric. It uses Kampa's Pro fabric, nice and strong. It's one of those things that sort of is not broke, don't kind of fix it. Been in the range a long time and performs very well. You've got the addition of the dual pitch roof, which obviously helps with interior height, but also helps to happily shed water and stop it pooling anywhere. So what you find is this beam's a little bit higher than the rest, so the water quite happily drains down the sides and then off the front as well. The joys of Kampa is you have a single point inflation, which is located in the middle, but then you've got loads of different deflation parts around the whole of the awning, just to make it very quick and easy to pack away. And you can check out our own Attwoolls Outdoors pitching and packing videos on myself pitching this actual model on our caravan. Took me no longer than about 10-12 minutes. And we also have done a separate video with a gale pump, just doing it at one point, sit back, relax and watch it go up. So that's always worth a while. Generally, because it's only, like I say, requires 3 meters in the rail, it's quite a small compact size. It's slightly steeper, so it's a 3 meters depth at its furthest point, and then sort of tapers off round about 2 meters around right on the end. All of the front panels which you see here can actually be zipped back and opened, so the front 2 panels can completely remove if you want to, and the side panels like here, there's a zip running on the underside, so you can actually just zip that back and use that as an entrance as you want to. And yet again, you've got nice storm straps to brace that fully against the front. There isn't, I will say, a door right on the end, but what there is actually is a full sort of window mesh to give you allowed good circulation throughout the awning itself. Yet again, you can see as we've got it situated here, there is a nice mesh panel in the front just to allow a bit more breathability, but leaving the main panel in place. There is an option of a big sun canopy, or sun wings they call it, to come on the front of here, and you've got clips pre-sewn in ready to go, just to give that extra bit of coverage to take the sun off, or if need be, the rain off as well. But we'll talk through a few more features about the actual Frontier as we head inside, so let's see what it has to offer. So now we're inside the Frontier, you can kind of get a bit more of a grasp of certainly the sheer size you've got in here. And I think that's one thing you really struggle to grasp the concept of it, is the amount of depth this awning goes back. And the joys of it, because there's only 3 meters on the rail, these sort of kind of plus bits, as we call them, actually freestand. So they can actually go past the hitch if you want to, or out the back of the caravan. And you've got the versatility to have it really nice and open, which no other model in the camper range really offers, you know, this kind of openness to it. But you've also got the flexibility that you can, if you want to, put an extra bedroom in these whole sections to accommodate people inside the awning as well, and then just take it down during the daytime, use that for internal space. Even if you've got, say, more than 3 meters on the straight part of your rail, it's still a good sort of size. And the joy of it, because these points freestand, you can position it along the caravan as and where you want to. As we talked about outside, so a single point inflation, so you've got one point located down here. The air comes up and then distributes itself through these sort of valves and taps. Each individual beam can be isolated off from one another just by little taps located there. And that means if you had any issues, God forbid, it means it just isolates at one single point. And yet again, the joys of that is that you can just unzip it, replace the bladder or repair the bladder for that matter, put it back in and inflate it again. One thing you can also see is we've got it situated in place with the roof lining, which again helps with sort of condensation to help fight it. but also gives that sort of like a thermal barrier, make it a bit cooler on a warm day or vice versa, sort of warmer on a cold day as well, which is a nice little extra. Also, we've got things like a secondary zip, which we saw from the outside, to input a mesh panel into the front. These front two panels can actually be completely removed. So admittedly, I will say the overall bag size of it is not exactly massively small, but it all fits in there, and if you want to, you can reduce the weight of the bag a little bit by removing the front panels, as well as separating things like the giraffe skirt or the pump at pegs and ladders if need be. So you can try and bring that weight down to make it a little more manageable if it's too heavy for you. Every single way you look, you've got sort of crystal clear windows to great visibility, and it kind of gives almost like a bay window kind of style. So when you walk in here, again, you've got pretty much power out views all the way around the awning as well. So it doesn't matter where you are, you're not being hindered by sort of anything. You've also got the privacy curtains, which are located. So they're just located like that. There's a little strap just to kind of keep them like so. And then you can pull them up around and down as you feel seat. And there's also a little toggle on some of these panels just to retain at either end, just to stop them sort of sliding anywhere. For example, this one here, we've got a retainer on one side and also a retainer on the other. So you can quite happily just move that to the middle, take it out, and that just clips in there like so. And little clip things makes it much easier to actually do. Mesh panels, like I said, is on both same sides, so now actually the awning itself mirrors one another. So a big old mesh panel in there, but there's also a PVC window on the outside which you can roll down, just seal it against the elements. Joys of this actually means that you can get a good circulation throughout the awning, at both sides, and also with the mesh panel as well, to really sort of help fight condensation, because it is a massive issue, because these materials now are so kind of waterproof, they're not breathable, so it means it's just keeping all the moisture in that's coming up from the ground, or any sort of exhaling you're doing in here to live. It also goes straight into the roof, and generally what you find is it always tries to find its lowest points of dripping off the little toggles, or even sort of dampness around the bottom of the beam. You can find its lowest point it can possibly go to. The inner bedrooms you can actually now buy for either side. So they do a right-handed bedroom and then a left-handed bedroom. So you can sleep up to about sort of, well, good 4 people in the awning itself. That way you can alter and tailor it. Previously, sort of with 2018, you only could get a right-handed bedroom, so that's quite a nice idea now that you can actually dual purpose use it. The part of the freestands on the back here, there's actually a walling, so you can unzip that. So if you have any storage lockers or anything like that, you can actually kind of untangle that back, get to storage lockers, and that way you don't have to worry about where it fits in the caravan. You've still got really good access to it all. You've also got a real nice PVC window to get, if you want to get light into the caravan, you have a window in place. Alternatively, there is a curtain built in that zips up. That way just gives that privacy, say if it's going past the hitch, looking across. You've got a really nice foam pad located at the back here to really help with getting a seal on the caravan, and a little slot ready for upright poles, and then also the limpet system as well. Other things we talked about, things like the saber lights, so you've got little Velcro tabs for those, and yet again a remote control can handle that, and you've got another one running back here as well, just to allow a little bit of light, and you can alter the dimming of it. The carpet situation, you see you've got the continental cushion carpet here, so one of the best selling carpets they do, and you buy it in 2 parts. So you buy the main body first, which would be an Ace 300 carpet, and then the frontier extensions you buy as a pack. So by buying the extension pack, you get both carpets in that. So essentially 2 different separate purchases, if you will. Other things I'd probably recommend are things like a wheel arch cover and storm straps. Roofline is always nice to have, and there's all various amounts of extras you can use, like storage pockets and things like that. So there's quite a number of accessories you can really help to make it your own. But it's one that's been in the model range for a while. I think dropping the 400 is a very good idea. I don't think it was probably maybe too big, if anything. And certainly with the new additions that you're looking in the range, it gives you the bit more flexibility. But I think the 300 for those smaller vans, or to have that one big open sort of living area, I think works really well. So that's kind of our Attwoolls Outdoors video review for the 2020 season on the Frontier Air Pro 300. Let us know what you think if you have one of these. and anything you would like to see Kampa do. So thanks for watching, and if need be, for more information about this particular product, see the link below. It'll take you through to our website with all the information there and prices.